You guys have spoken. Wreck This Journal continues. Welcome to episode number 23 of Wreck This Journal. If you haven't seen the entire series yet, I will link that in the iCard up in the corner there, as well as in the description box below, but you don't have to watch them in order, so if you want to start here, go for it. Before we get into the pages, if you're not yet caught up on my most recent videos, including Create This Book, which I just started, also a beeswax candle making craft kit, I will link both of those in the description as well. And if you never want to miss a new video from me, ring that bell to turn notifications on. I do post a video here every single Friday, and I would love to see you back. Now though, let's get into Wreck This Journal number 23. First, I'm going to be working on a page for 4-letter words, and you can see that I already have this sketched out. I like to sketch things while I'm watching TV, so I don't usually do my sketches on camera. It's just not really that fun to watch anyway because I erase so much usually. But on one side there's fire, on the other side is ice or icicles. So I did words that were fitting to each element. So there's cold words on the left and then hot words on the right. And hot is 3 letters, so I couldn't put that, but I have fire and warm and heat. After sketching everything out, I did go with a black fine liner, and this is a Stadler one. I never know how to say that correctly. I think I did look it up before, but anyway, I'm just outlining everything carefully. And then after that does dry a little bit, I go in with an eraser to get rid of all the pencil lines. So after every flame was outlined, I did go into the cursive words, and then I am coloring all of that in with Tombow markers and Crayola Super Tips. I decided to do a pattern with this, so I am breaking each flame into 2 different colors, and I'm doing different shapes as well. So some are smooth, some have ruffles, and then the zigzag triangles, and like the squarish one, I guess. I started with the lighter colors on the bottom, so yellow and yellow-orange. Then I moved on to a regular orange in the middle with a red-orange. And at the top, I used the darkest colors. There's red and then a really deep burgundy type red. The way that I'm kind of doing a Zentangle in here is inspired by a photo that I saw on Pinterest, so I don't want to take full credit for this idea when I definitely got inspired somewhere else. But I did put my own twist to it, and I did the designs much different than the image that I saw, and I am including these polka dots inside and different lines to kind of tie in the lighter colors with the darker colors. So I think that this makes it look a lot more uniform and just cohesive as an image all together, and it doesn't look as separate anymore. Now let's move over to the cool page, which is literally cold and also cool colors. I'm using blues. So I did color in the icicles with a darker blue for the outline, and I'm also outlining the letters that way. Then I'm putting a little bit lighter of a blue to fill that in. And to make it look more textured and like actual ice melting, I do color it in a way that I'm overlapping lines and making them squiggly and following the outlines of the original icicle at the bottom, if that makes sense. You can see what I'm doing here. Surprisingly, there aren't a whole lot of 4-letter synonyms that I found for cold or cool, so I did include hail, and blue is the main one here that has snow icicle drips on top. To finish off these 2 pages, I thought the background looked a little bit dull, so I did go in with a very light colored pencil, obviously this very light blue for the cool page, and then a very light yellow on the warm page. Moving on to page number 2, which is glue a random page from a newspaper here. So I decided, instead of just doing a random page, hey, I'm not following the rules again, I decided to go into the Kroger ads and the Fresh Time Market. I haven't been there yet, but they have some great prices, and I think my mom and some of my friends have been there. Toledo area people, where you at? I decided to put some really colorful images of fruit here because I love fruit. All the fruit, most of the fruit. And even avocado is a fruit, isn't that crazy? I feel like I always consider things that aren't sweet a vegetable, even if I know technically I'm incorrect. I'm just making up my own reality, okay? Also, let's start a huge argument here. Actually, just be nice to each other, but pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? Personally, it's my favorite. I love pineapple and mushroom on pizza. I don't care about authenticity, I just like the taste. So as I was blabbing on about that stuff, you probably saw that I placed everything on the page and then I glued it down with some plain old White Elmer's school glue. After that, I thought that this page was a little bit too boring and just, I mean, why would I just glue fruit to a page and call it complete? So I got out some acrylic paint and I'm gonna splatter this everywhere. So many colorful colors, actually just 3, but I did yellow first and then a neon orange and a neon pink. I didn't want to go too overboard and add purple and blue and green, so that was enough. And also you probably noticed maybe here that I added in a change to the rules. So I put, instead of just a random page, I put a few not so random pages from a newspaper here. So there we go. I'm changing Write This Journal 1 page at a time. What is your favorite fruit? Mine are strawberries usually, but I like a lot of them. Super quick commercial before the 3rd page. If you are interested in seeing more of my behind the scenes life, go on over to my vlog channel, Live Love Sarah Lynn, subscribe. I am posting at least 1 vlog a week. Okay, back to the video. On to page number 3. For this one, I wanted to get you guys involved, so I went on my Instagram and put this little comment section in so you guys could tell me what I should draw with my mouth, because that's the 3rd page. I got quite a few really interesting suggestions. Thank you to everyone who sent suggestions in. I do want to do this kind of stuff more often, so if you want to get involved, definitely go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I do this stuff randomly every once in a while. We're gonna be playing a game called How Many Markers Can I Stuff Into My Mouth to Make This Cool Thumbnail? This could go terribly. Ooh. I'm drooling, this is disgusting. What am I doing with my life? Oh. Okay, I'm done. My jaw hurts. Ow. I just did such a dumb thing. So I got this wipe to disinfect all the markers and just clean off the lipstick and stuff. It is a green wipe and it's made from like botanical ingredients, but it does say keep out of the reach of children and pets, I believe. And I just wiped all these off. So I don't think I'm going to be using any of these colors, just for the, you know, safety of my body and hopefully not ingesting any of this. So good thing there are 100 markers in this pack, and you know, just not using these 12 isn't going to make that big of a difference. So we'll be using these colors instead. Let's see how this goes. So this is actually more difficult than I thought it would be. I thought that there'd be a bit more control, but oh my gosh, these lines are so shaky. After I finish the drawing with my mouth version, I'm gonna put what it should look like if I draw it with my hands on this page. So keep watching if you wanna see. One of you suggested that I should draw SpongeBob, which I feel is a very appropriate thing at this time since the creator of SpongeBob did just pass away very recently. SpongeBob actually was a big part of my life for a while. I think I had a SpongeBob themed birthday party. I used to watch the cartoon, and I probably had some other themed stuff in my house. I can't remember. Not exactly the SpongeBob that Stephen Hillenburg created because he has this mouth. He looks a little crazy. But hopefully you guys enjoy this tribute. It'll always be in my Wreck This journal forever to look back on. I used my Prismacolor colored pencils, and as you can see, they're kind of streaky if you only put one layer down. Finally, I did put these authentic flowery doodles in the background with Posca paint pens, and I do have a review video on these pens if you're interested in watching that. I really like them because they can go over colored pencil and marker very easily and still show up very vivid and bright, so I do recommend them. So here's my finished SpongeBob, expectation versus reality. And you guys know the drill. In the comment section below, let me know which page from this video is your absolute favorite. Go! Don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified every single time that I post, and check out the rest of my Wreck This Journal series, which I will link below. I hope that you guys have a great rest of the day and that I see you back here next Friday. Bye! I think that's it. That's a wrap.